And welcome to Coach Maduka. It's always a pleasure to work with you and receive you at FNB Stadium. Your impressions of 90 minutes, sir, before we give members of the media a chance to ask questions.
Yeah, well, we have to blame ourselves. The game we started very slow again this evening. Make mistakes where we're not supposed to make mistakes. We made things very, very difficult for ourselves. I don't think we're like outplayed, to lose, in the way that we have lost. But it's football, it's like that. You make mistakes, you get punished. And that's what happened tonight, that most of our boys did not also pitch. Maybe, I don't know, back to back, but Chiefs also played back to back games. So that cannot be the excuse. Yeah, so the main thing that we didn't pitch and we made things difficult ourselves. We made mistakes that we're not supposed to make and we get punished. We played too many, negative balls in the build-up phase instead of trying to go forward. And that's why in the second half we had to try to make those changes so that, we can maybe try to have that energy going forward, which we strongly believe that, we did see a bit of it, that in the second half we are more in the opposition half, which things that didn't happen in the first half. But what I can say is that we made things difficult ourselves. It's not like, we were outplayed, we made mistakes and we got punished from our own mistakes. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. Members of the media, it's your turn now. This time we're starting that side on the same time clock that we used. We'll give it about 15 minutes or so.
Coach. Kamagelo Mogale here, VFM Sports. Coach, looking at your performance against Sekhukhune United and now, what is it that you need to do to improve from these two performances going into your next encounter?
I think if you look at the game that we played against Sekhukhune, same thing, mistakes, and in this league you make mistakes, you get punished. So it's something that, we must learn and make sure that we don't do it. Because you do that, especially in the critical areas, you get punished. So it's something that we have to improve. And again, we have to be consistency. Because if you look at the game against Sekhukhune, the energy levels were good. You could see the intention was clear that we want to try to press the opposition and try also to go offensive to take the game to the opposition, which, you could see that, we did even create a couple of chances in that particular game. But on this one, it was totally different. And again, sometimes maybe we think things going to happen on its own. Things can't happen on its own. The players are in the field of play, must make things happen. And we didn't see that tonight. And it's something that we have to improve and make sure that, they must learn to, we must learn to play not in moments, play throughout the match. Because the moments that you don't play, the opposition are in charge. That's when you get hit. And that's what exactly that happened tonight.
Coach, good luck on the result. I just want to look at your defensive pairing. Do you think maybe you are paying the price for a new defensive pairing? I looked at the goal that you conceded in the first game, and I look now you have Kick and Richie, who's played more as a left back. Now he plays central, and I think they are all starting to play together. Makume, Dengane, and Sam.
Yeah, that could be another factor that. I think this is our 5th week, if I'm not making mistakes. We haven't made it, to 6 weeks yet. The 6 weeks that, you're supposed to have, like a pre-season. And again, remembering that it's a new team, different players come from different areas. And again, I've introduced the new system that, they have to try and play. It takes time. It does take time. But if you look at the games, that we have played so far, the 2 games that we have played so far, how did we concede? It's most of the time individual mistakes. It's not more of a group mistakes. It's individual mistakes. The decision making, one makes a mistake, then we get punished. So we don't have time. We don't have time. We can't say that, we have to try and make sure that, we fix it, and we learn from those mistakes and make sure that we don't do the same mistakes. Those defenders, I'm sure they should be able to be okay, regardless of them not playing together or being the first time to play together, because they're experienced players, and most of the time when it comes to defensive principle of defending are the same. The basics are the same. They should be able to do well, and with their experience they should be able to do those kind of situations. So it's something that is more of individual mistakes and decision makings, and something that we must improve.
Thank you very much.
Coach, Investor here. You talk about not having time for the players to quickly adapt, and you said they must earlier you said they must work and produce the results in the field of play. But now comparing you with your former team, there were players who you spent most of the time with from the Bloemfontein Celtic days, and now you're coming to a new environment. Do you think maybe these players, even though they have this so much experience, they are finding it hard to adapt to your philosophy and your tactical aspects as a coach? Thank you.
I don't think so. Because we just got a point a few days ago, and the team, I think we did play well. So, like I said to the other gentleman before you, that you see, I think it's only those few mistakes here and there. The boys are working hard to try and understand the way we want to play. But like I said, it might take a bit of time, maybe because of some of them, where they come from. They used to play totally different system or playing with different players, something that needs time. But like I said, that cannot be something that we can say it's a main problem. The main problem that you see, we've got so many individuals that makes mistakes where we're not supposed to make mistakes. And like I said, it's decision making, and when you make a decision making like that, it becomes a problem. So it's something that we have to improve. We have to make sure that we learn to play throughout the match and don't play games in moments.
Thank you,
John. Ronald Human didn't get much of a look in last season, but we know he's a very exciting young quality player. What kind of role do you expect? What kind of role are you looking for from him this season? Because he seemed to play quite deep today, as well as fetch and carry. How do you intend playing him? And if I can ask a second one, you're playing 4 games in 10 days. What physically are you worried about? Do you feel the team's got the capacity to handle those 4 games?
Let me answer the second one first. Yeah, all the teams are playing is the same. It's the same way. I think all of us, the fixtures just tight like that. It's something that we must adapt, and we have to use the other players as well. We signed a couple of players, and I think the coming game we have to try and make sure that we give them the opportunity, because if we use the same players, I think it will be very, very difficult, and we have to check, some players takes time to recover, and those that have recovered will be able to use them, and those that haven't been recovered will try to freshen the team so that we can get the results that we want to on Friday. Human, we're playing him as more of one of the midfielder, but a midfielder that is not restricted to go forward, because the way we play, we're a team that we want to be offensive. We don't believe in parking the bus and defend. We want to take the game to the opposition. So Human plays more of a midfielder that is more of number 8. That must be able to go forward because of his talent, his vision again, that he can be able to create and be able to play the ball behind the defense. We strongly believe that the role that we're playing him, I think, is a role that he can be able to enjoy. I asked him even one of the days that is he comfortable to play there, because again you have to engage also these players that are you comfortable where I'm playing, where I'm using you. And he said he's comfortable because he's a player that enjoys, to play more of the ball. He wants the ball most of the time. So it's just a matter of time, you'll see them gelling well. And we still believe that this is maybe a wake-up call for us. And we know that we will be able to get the results coming from.
The mic is that side.
Thanks,
And
Bobby. Coach Mkhianing over here. With maybe just to follow up with the question of Human. He was substituted, and I thought he was winning a few free kicks, and he was a bit of a thorn in the midfield against Kaizer Chiefs.
Yeah, we had to. It's not. Sometimes you don't substitute players because they are not playing well. He played few days ago, and we thought that is one of the players that sometimes getting tired. Then you make more mistakes, and you want also to protect your player like him. In those kind of situations. So it's not like we took him out because he was playing bad, but we thought that maybe he was getting tired, and it was very important for us to introduce new fresh legs.
thank you.
Coach, Colin from Johnson. Were you caught napping, or it's just a bad day in the office? Coming from a historical background of you playing so well against Chiefs.
It's the first time to play Chiefs, eh?
And now coming from a historical background, when you play against Chiefs, even from Royal.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay,
from
okay,
Celtics,
okay,
you
okay.
always display
Yeah,
that.
like I said, it's a new team that we're trying to build. We're trying to build a new team, the team that must be able to compete. So the mistakes will happen. But with time, we strongly believe that we will get better. We'll see them when we meet them next time. Maybe by then, we'll be ready for them.
Thank you. We'll take the last question with Mr. Shawalala, not unless there's another. Hold on, colleagues. I'm the manager. I hear many voices. Let's go here.
All right, Coach, I just want to find out something quickly about a Congo that you brought in.
Yes,
coming from Aaron's. He's a nippy player. I saw some change on the right wing when he was playing, giving troubles to defenders. What does it take for him to get a starting berth in the team? Is it part of the team players that you'll be introducing as games proceed?
It's our second game. Congo is one of the good players. That's why we brought him in the team. He will start. There are so many games that he will start. So, yeah, him coming from the bench these few games, it was just part of, we had to use the other players. But he's a player that can be able to start because, like you rightly say, very good player, very quick, has got the right speed, right energy going forward. Yeah, so, like I say that, the preseason, we didn't completely finish it. So you tend to give, we tend to give them certain minutes, to be able to play, because we know that once they pass those minutes, some of them they cannot cope, and one of the player could be also human. So.
Thank you. I apologize at the back. I was not sure if you.
Like Nicole from your college was news. Without ruffling any feathers and without landing you in trouble in hot water, I just want to find out from your coach. In the 51st minute, I saw you demonstrating against the referee's call for not giving your team penalty. Was it a penalty? Yes or no?
It looked like, it was a penalty from where I was, but at the end of the day, the ref was close to the action. He made a decision. Maybe if we'll see it when we check it again, the game, and we can always say that it was a penalty, but we thought it was a penalty because we thought there was a touch, in the box. But like I said, from where I was standing, there's a distance. The ref was close to the action, so it could be right, it could be wrong.
Thank you very much. Is there any pressing question that we missed out? As we thank everyone, have a good night and thanks for joining us, and we'll be seeing you soon. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you very much.